Sun, sand and surgery with plenty of savings. The combination's making India a global health destination, and plenty of Britons like Wanda and Neil Wheeler are taking full advantage of it. Wanda's come to Mumbai for hip surgery at a fraction of the cost back home and with no waiting time.
I've reached a point where I couldn't wait any longer for this operation, and I was going to have to wait if I went to the UK, and the cost would have been 20,000.
Okay, and there's very little space between the two, and that clearly suggests that the joint is arthritic.
She's already had a hip replacement 18 months ago in Tenerife. Now her right hip needs work.
That's very painful, isn't it? So there's very little rotations in the hip.
She chose to travel thousands of miles to India instead. The cost? Just over £4,000 for a 10-day stay.
Stiff, actually.
Here at the Wockhardt Hospital, they have a toll-free number for UK patients with queries and an all-inclusive package, from organising visas to flights, special menus for Western palates, and even a holiday afterwards.
We look after not just the patient but also the companion, because they need to kill time here as long as the patient is here. So a special food menu. There's a British menu, there is a US menu. All the services like in a hotel, whether it's laundry, the room is equipped with a high-speed internet and a computer so that they can surf the net. There is a color television with all cable channels and a DVD player. Oh yeah, it is. We just want them to feel at home.
Cutbacks changed that. She had to go private. The cost back home, nearly 8,000. In India, she's paying 1,300 and will have a week's holiday in the Mumbai sun afterwards.
The facilities that you get are fantastic. You feel as if you've been treated like royalty the whole time. You know, right down from the head doctors right down to the cleaners. Everybody is just so helpful.
Many of the doctors here are not only top of their field, but in Wanda's case, her surgeon did much of his training in Britain. Dr. Kaushal Mulhan spent 7 years working in Newcastle and the West Midlands, where he learnt the Birmingham hip resurfacing technique. It removes the need to cut away most of the hip bone, instead inserting a metal ball. He's now pioneering the technique in India. Many of the hospitals here, including this one, have approached the NHS about outsourcing the treatment of patients to India, but the 10-hour flight was deemed too long.
But desperate patients don't seem to think so, especially when they can combine having the surgery with enjoying a few days of good weather to recuperate.
A few days after surgery, and the British patients are enjoying the sunshine. With the money they've saved, Catherine and her husband Danny will be able to have a second holiday in a few weeks' time in Egypt.
I feel so different. I feel like I've got a different body. I look at my body and I just think, oh God, it's not mine. I'm so happy I've done it. I'm so glad that it's all over, and I can't wait to go back and show everybody.
Stomach relax for good. Feeling the cruncher?
Wanda's already having intensive physio and is putting her new hip joint to practice before a few days relaxing in a hotel.
I'm glad I came. That's really, I'm just
It's all
very,
been worth
yeah.
it. Money well spent.
I feel confident, and particularly in the surgeon also. He's explained everything in detail. And I just feel now I'll have I've been given a new life, if you like. Yeah, I feel really pleased and very grateful to this hospital. Yeah.
Foreign patients like Wanda and Catherine are now being actively courted by Indian hospitals with the blessing of the Indian government. It's a trend the authorities hope will grow and eventually replicate the success of the country's software sector. Alex Crawford, Sky News, Mumbai.